Hi everyone, it's Killshot from 99 Gaming's The Walking Dead Season 8 teaser, Negan and JADIS Fate. So we're going to talk about some things that did a couple videos the last couple days and got some theories out there. So I really wanted to sort of build on those a little bit more, see what your thoughts and comments are. We got a lot of people jumping in here. There should be an award. We got Eric and Brian doing a Lionel Richie and the Commodores, is it? Maybe after the Commodores, but doing a Lionel Richie serenade to Killshot. So thank you so much. Appreciate the creativity, everybody. We'll get some shout-outs a little bit later on. So we got a lot of interesting dynamics to these two topics. I see a few people, and I really, really want your feedback and your thoughts with these, because we're going to be adding more topics later on in the week, and just going to kind of keep the ball rolling here. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the shout outs there. I think a lot of you guys have Super Bowl hangovers, literally and emotionally. But we'll get into some random topics. We're going to get into Super Bowl and some other things tomorrow night. Just want to make a quick announcement. All of you that are here, just keep in mind that no one sees what's streaming along the side, so I will call on you. You will be a part of this video, so if you don't want something included, be careful what you type. If you guys could all just slap the like button, and let's get this thing rolling. Oh, we got some new people in here. Alex Nash, thank you for being here. First live stream. Definitely, you are welcome, and we hope you keep coming back. We have a lot of fun here. These videos are really all about you guys. You guys make the content. So, the video I did a couple days ago was really about JADIS, and I went through a lot of and there's a new teaser out too. So I'm going through the teasers and just taking some of these screenshots. I did that with the Comic-Con trailer, and we can piece together a lot of the storyline. There's a lot of good confirmation, and look at Pete D. Pete D is coming back. Pete D must have been Better X from the Super Bowl. So thank you so much, Pete D, for that Super Chat donation. Also with the rules, Pete doesn't have a comment yet. Moderators, you guys could keep an eye on Pete. When he does get a comment, we want to read that. Anybody that makes a Super Chat donation, we will stop this stream and we'll discuss whatever it is, your question or that you want to talk about. And then the floor will be all yours at that point. So thanks so much. Pete is definitely back. Tommy is... Oh, look at this. Another grand entrance. Tommy, the Enforcer McCandless, is back. Everybody, we're getting closer and closer to the season premiere, so you got to start getting hyped up. So these teasers, I go through and I watch frame by frame to sort of piece it together, because I get some are rumors, some are spoilers, some are confirmed, some are not confirmed. But when I get some of the spoilers and then I see the screenshots that go with it, it is like money. You know exactly what's going on with it. So the big rumor that we'd heard, or pre-spoiler, was what was going to go on with the scavengers, and that Simon was going to pay them a visit. And I know a lot of people were very skeptical of that. And of course we do have the actual frames of Simon pointing the gun. He is going to basically antagonize JADIS a little bit, because JADIS has had a real interesting journey. Keep in mind, I mean, they kidnapped Father G, then they wanted to drive a bargain. Rick thinks he's got him on their team. He strikes a deal, and then they betray, had a better deal. And then Michonne gets in this fight, while Rick is getting ready to be executed. Well, Carl, I guess, about ready to be executed, and then Shiva saves the day. What's, I guess, difficult to understand is that these scavengers tried to kill Michonne. I mean, they had her beat down really bad. But then Rick goes back and makes another deal with them. So he's going to, in theory, let them live. So first of all, I want your thoughts and comments here. Do you think that Rick was going to double-cross JADIS after they got the Saviors to surrender? So they've got Negan pinned in. Rick goes to JADIS. He's taking them over there. Or do you think that he was just going to forgive JADIS and her crew for what they did to Michonne? I'm going to read a couple comments here, because I'd kind of forgotten how bad they really betrayed them. Bob Joe said, just glad the scavenger storyline will be over. Yep, the scavenger storyline will be over. The JADIS storyline might get a little bit more detailed. Assassin Negan, is Jadis going to be alpha? It's still out there. It's still a possibility. Deborah says scavengers for themselves. You know what? Eugene would fit in really well there, wouldn't he? You know, that's a good point, Pete. Not in Rick's nature to double cross, but it would be hard to trust them, wouldn't it? I mean, that was a epic betrayal. And I thought it was Michonne that was thrown from the top of that building when I first saw it. So most people are saying Rick was not going to double cross him. He was just kind of making peace with everybody. I'll give you that. Chris says because they have things. Stuff and things. Well, Tobin, that was something, we talked about in the video a couple days ago as well. I do think this opens up the door a little bit more for Jadis to be a pretty bad villain. And because she is neutral at this point, and by neutral I mean nobody really likes her, could be a good storyline. So, Sith Lord, want to come to my wedding January 26, 2019. Yes, and congratulations on the big day, and if not, then remind me, Sith Lord, next year, and we will do like a special Sith Lord random things wedding party over YouTube. How about that? Thank you so much. Appreciate that super chat. Well, yeah, and Jadis would have to find somebody to take her in. So to continue with the spoiler, confirmed, it is Simon does antagonize Jadis a little bit. Basically wants an apology. Make no mistake, he's there to kill them. Why he goes through, I guess it's a little bit more emotional torture. And then they just start executing all the scavengers. And we've seen some of those walkers in that area. So Jadis has to get rid of all these walkers, so she lures them into a meat grinder. I still can't quite get over that. It's going to be tough. But Rick is pretty forgiving. Let's Rick had to fight Winslow. He had to fight Winslow again. She took his boots. And I don't know why Rick has this more of a playful relationship with Jadis when he has this really, really dark relationship with Negan. But I guess it's because in theory the scavengers haven't directly killed any of Rick's people. Although they've been really close. Oh, Michelle M. says, she needs to jump in. Well, Maggie, we're going to talk about Simon in 1 second, because I do think there's some potential things that could go down with Simon a little bit later on. So, here's the question that I have for all of you, because this could complicate the storyline a little bit. Did Negan send Jadis there, or did Negan send Simon there to kill those people, all of them? Or is Simon doing that on his own? So, could this be the rift that starts between Simon and Negan, or is he acting under Negan's orders? I want to read your thoughts and comments to this, because I do think this could change the dynamic a lot. Well, Lonnie says, I really want to see this meat grinder in action. You guys hate the scavengers. John Brody loves hating Simon. People are a resource. Negan likes to kill a couple. So Carol says, I think he's doing it on his own. Sith Lord says Simon's going rogue. Assassin Negan says his own. Wayne says backsliding Simon. So most people are saying Simon's doing this on his own. Laura Brown says all Simon. I feel that as well. I don't know that Simon's taken a group of men there without Negan's knowledge of it. But I don't think that Simon's there to kill them all. And it just makes me wonder, well, this is a follow-up question, so I'm not going to say it makes me wonder. I guess I've already said that. It's too late. Dang it. All right, what do you guys think? Do you think that Simon did the same thing with the men of Oceanside? Could it have been Simon acting on his own, doing that, and then Negan made the backsliding comment, and here's Simon repeating history all over again? And that'll answer that question. While I'm going on to Petey Wheatstraw, who says, Negan sent Simon to press the issue, but Simon killed them all on his own. Exactly, Petey. I follow you. That's Petey dropping the bomb there. That's one of Petey's epic predictions. I like that. I'm right there with you. Thank you so much for that super chat. And it is super highlighted. So, Petey, let's add what you just said to what I just said. How do you feel about that as a combination? So Simon went there, Oceanside, killed him. Negan's like, what? We didn't have to kill all of them. And then he had the little dialogue, don't be backsliding again. Are we backsliding? Are we going back to that? And then here's Simon sort of losing it, and then Simon goes back and does it all over again. Paris says it is Simon repeating history. All right. Well, there you go. Another super chat from Petey, and he had to put the Petey bombs there. See, I know you guys tune in to talk about it and occasionally for my predictions, but Petey dropped some pretty good knowledge there, so thank you so much. Pete D does, Sith Lord does, Petey Wheatstraw, all of you guys appreciate that. Hippo, I don't know. I don't think Jadis is going to want to have a whole lot to do with Simon after he kills all the scavengers. So Awkward Angel says, how do you think the Commonwealth will fit in the show? I think we're a long ways away. I mean, we still got to get to the Whispers. You know, maybe the helicopter was a part of that, and we'll see it in a couple seasons, and you know, we'll go back and say, "Hey, remember the helicopter?" It was pretty obvious, though. And I agree too, Petey. I think that's what leads to a little bit of the rift there. All right, so I just got to know. I've set the stage for you guys. You know, Jadis, they don't bother. And I know there's not a lot of scavenger fans out there. With this group and with the people that are watching the playback, is there the slightest bit of sympathy for Jadis? We know she's going to lose everybody. We know she's tried to strike a deal and a better deal. But she is going to lose like 100 people, and she's going to be on that island by herself. Any sympathy out there at all for Jadis? I know we're going to get a lot of yes and no answers, but if somebody comes up with like a creative comment that was, or a reason why they would or wouldn't be, then I'm going to highlight those comments and read those. We got heck no, kill them all. Paris says yes, a little bit. Penny, for your thoughts. I have a tiny bit of sympathy. Epic Vid said nope, she can go too. A little bit from Bob Joe. Maggie, absolutely not. DDA Ohio, no. Deborah Mooney, no. Brian Clayton, yeah, I believe Rick will go back for her. Well, of course you have some sympathy, Brian. I mean, you guys were singing Lionel Richie earlier. I see that emotional side. Michelle says no way. Denise Hopkins says nope. Brene, nope. So I don't think she's going to redeem herself. And look, this isn't the most popular thought for me to present to this group, I guess, at this point. I think I will. I think I'm going to feel bad for her because I think the show is just toying with my emotions. I think they're manipulating me. They've got me so torn on all these different characters. Like, you know, one day I think one way, one day I think another way. I think seeing Simon execute them is going to make me sympathize with her a little bit more because I don't like them. And I also think it is going to set the stage for her to become the villain. Now, let me caveat that by saying Rick has no sympathy because Rick basically is going to shout at her, "You brought this on your own." He's like striking back like Pink struck back during the national anthem last night. Rick is trolling Jadis after she just had all her people executed. Rick, what are you thinking? Yeah, give her a moment. Let her mourn the loss of her people. Like, come on. Jadis wasn't standing back there when Glenn and Abraham got beat down saying, "Brought this on your own, you did, Rick." I mean, she didn't do that. So come on, Rick, don't troll Jadis. Let her lose her people. And it's not comfortable for any group. That's the difficulty in these leader positions because you've got, you know, Maggie who has to answer, even Gregory in a weird sort of way. Gregory is a little self-preservation, maybe a lot, but Gregory does have some interest for his people. I'm not a Gregory sympathizer, so don't throw me out there yet. But Ezekiel as a leader, tough situation. Negan as a leader, tough situation. Rick as a leader. You know what, Penny, for your thoughts, I like that. She plays dirty, but Simon is going to be pure evil. Because so far, the Saviors have done some serious executing. Mowed down Ezekiel's people, and now they're going to mow down Jadis's people. So I don't like the Scavengers, but I like the Saviors less. Okay, we're going to move on because there's a lot of Jadis stuff that we can definitely talk about. The next part of this conversation, I did a video a couple hours ago, so hopefully you guys can check that out. Leave some thoughts and comments on that as well. But once again, we've got some screenshots out there, and they are confirming that we will get the tainted weapons that are from the comics. Now, I think it was episode 125 when I was sort of researching that today where Negan did that. Don't quote me on that. But because I'm only on like episode number 104, so I got another 20 to go before I get to that part. But we saw, at first when I saw the teaser, I saw Negan turn around and swing. I couldn't tell if it was Lucille or a machete or whatever. And it kind of profile looked a little bit like Dwight. And I had to go back and piece a couple frames together. And it is Negan standing in front of the group showing them, we're going to put Walker guts all over this. And he turns around and just smashes this Walker with Lucille. So I got to ask you guys, who is going to die? And I put that in the video. Not only can you say it here, but I would ask you guys, go back and watch the video I did earlier today and leave your thoughts and comments on that, because I want to create some dialogue, some debate. Put that over on the spoiler channel. Someone is going to die as a result of this. They're not just doing it for eye candy. They are doing it to make sure that it is gone. And one of the popular people at this point is, people are still saying, look, Tobin's not doing anything. I mean, he's just there. He's getting in the way of the Carol-Daryl relationship. It's got to be Tobin, right? Brian says it's Tobin. Donna says it's Tobin. Epic Vid says it's Tobin. That's what I feel. I feel it is going to be Tobin. They got to write him off the show somehow. Awkward Angel says Tobin. Sith Lord says Father G. I'm gonna dig down a little bit more with the Father G, because I do have the scene with Father G pulling the gun. And I'm not sure what that's about yet. I'll get into that. What's up, Angela? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you popping in. Oh, BP4 Gaming says, I hope that Daryl gets... Oh, man, you're stirring up the hornet's nest right now. There's a lot of Daryl fans in here. Tommy says Tara or Rosita. Casey says Eduardo, one of the Hilltop Guards. Chronicle says Tobin dies, we riot. Paris, I don't think he's going to die. We are going to talk about Father G later on in the week. I think if he was going to die, they would have killed him already. So, Kobe Irby says, do you think they're trying to make Jadis the leader of the Whispers? I think they're leaving it open for debate right now. No way, Daniel. He's not going to kill Dwight E. Boy. That I do know, because the other teaser was when the car was on fire and Dwight and Simon are there. So Dwight's living this season. We don't have to worry about him. Kel, I think that is a much more valid possibility, that Father G is looking to gun down Gregory. They've got to write some redemption into these things. I mean, Morgan needs to kill Jared. Father G needs to... Some of these betrayers need to start dying. And I think as fans, we'd feel good about that. We'd feel like we're getting a little bit back. Right? If they're going to take Carl away from us, we're going to have to get some redemption. Can we ban this guy Joe and make sure he never... No, don't delete his message. Actually, make sure he's not only timed out, but he just never shows up to another stream. He's just the ultimate idiot. There's always one. All right, moving on. Sorry about that distraction. You know, we get them. So BP4 says, people I want dead, Tara, Daryl, in a badass way. I'll give you that. If they're going to take Daryl, he better get one of the epic deaths. Gregory and Lucille breaks in half. And you know what? Nothing wrong with that. I've no animosity toward people wanting some of the stars on the show dead. I mean, that's what makes this show unique. You don't have to like Daryl. I like Daryl. Don't love Daryl. It's not my favorite character. But I know some people, they watch the show because of Daryl. But people that don't like him, I'm cool. You know, you don't have to see things the same way I do. That's what's awesome. We can all disagree on who should stay and who should go. I am going to say, though, the majority think it's Tobin. And I think it's more likely to be Tobin than Tara. So, in the video, one thing I did allude to is that Maggie killing the Savior and putting them in the box did escalate this. So, question for you. Good move, bad move, Maggie biting off a little more than she can chew by making that move? She's asking for a war. She's basically saying, hey, come back to Hilltop. You killed one of ours, we killed one of yours. Simon could have killed all of them. So, what are your thoughts about Maggie putting the Savior in the box and sending it to Negan? What's in the box? Yeah, something that requires a nail gun. I think so too. Chris says she poked the grizzly bear. Oh, Paris says, good move. Negan will respect her. Scott Kernan says, I guess she shot him in the chest, and he reanimated when they opened the box. Maggie says she has a plan. Denise Hopkins, great move. Zombie in a box. That could be a Justin Timberlake song. Yeah, I think it was very spontaneous. I don't think it was a good move unless we know what her plan is. I don't know. I don't know what her plan could be. Now, it may work out because, as luck would have it, Daryl and Rick and everybody's forced to go up to Hilltop, but she didn't know that at the time she did it. She was just pissed off. All right, and before we wind down the stream, I do want to ask this question because I'm not going to be as bold to predict it, but I am going to ask it. Maybe I'll predict it later on. Because somebody did just bring up King Ezekiel. We know in the comic books that King Ezekiel gets his head cut off and then his head gets put on a stake. However, Gavin, there's an interesting thing happening here. Gavin has Ezekiel hostage and says Negan's going to kill you. Does Morgan save Ezekiel? Does Carol save Ezekiel? Or are they so tied up that Ezekiel gets brought back to Negan and Ezekiel is the one that gets hit with the tainted Lucille? So I'm going to give you three options. Morgan saves Zeke, Carol saves Zeke, or it's too late, they've already got him on the truck and they're taking him back to Negan, and Ezekiel is the one of the three that Negan is going to take down. Absolutely. I know Gavin's not a killer. So Steph says Ezekiel gets the tainted bat. I could see that. Scott says Carol saves Ezekiel hands down, no doubt. Paris says Morgan saves the king. Debbie Martin saved by both. Gavin joins Rick. Wilson says Ezekiel gets the bat. Carol and Morgan get there too late. I think they get there too late, too. The only reason why I'm going to say this is because Carol and Shiva have already, Jerry, Carol, and Shiva have already saved Ezekiel. I think it would be redundant for it to happen again. I think Ezekiel's already done something to distract the group and save his people. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Ezekiel is the one that Negan kills. Petey Wheatstraw, Petey, you forgot the bomb. Hey, don't do it again. I'll drop the bomb for you. He says a Savior's lieutenant gets hit by a tainted bullet. There you go. Okay, you added it a little bit later. All right, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to open that up. We'll let people decide on that one. So you guys agree with Petey Wheatstraw dropping the super chat bomb there. Could a Savior's lieutenant be hit by a tainted bullet? Oh, that's a possibility. Brian Clayton says Gavin gets the bat because he lets Ezekiel go. Or maybe Ezekiel breaks loose and Gavin couldn't finish the job. That I could rally around that. So that's kind of a Brian Clayton bomb there, Petey. I like that. He failed. And because he failed, we're going to have to make an example out of him. Very good theory. This is why we do live streams. When this video goes live, leave a couple of those comments. There's a lot of people I didn't get a chance to call on tonight, but that's why we do the playback. So I'm just going to ask all of you guys to do that. Over 100 people in the stream, so if you guys can all slap the like button, that would be awesome. And once again, once this video goes live, leave those comments. We're going to take those comments, get them over on the 909 Spoiler channel. A couple quick announcements. We are going to do random things tomorrow, so we have Walking Dead topics, some other topics that are out there. And of course, we'll finish our 90 music stream. We'll continue that. Wednesday night will be Wednesday Walkers. So there's going to be a couple Walking Dead, those 3 to 4 minute videos up the rest of the week. A couple different theories that I have out there, and then on Wednesday night we're going to talk about some of those. I want to thank all of you guys for being here tonight, just spending half an hour with us. Greatly appreciated. 999 Army is awesome. The people that were in Super Chat as well, Pete D, Petey Wheatstraw, Sith Lord, sorry. Thank you for your contributions and everything that you guys do for this channel. And if you guys could do me one more favor and type a quick 999 in chat, and I'll give you a shout out, and I will see you all tomorrow at 9:30. Thank you so much. And if this is your first live stream, I definitely appreciate all of you guys being here. In fact, if this is your first live stream, if you could type a 444, because I want to give you a special shout out in addition to the other people that we're giving regular shout outs to. And thanks so much for your predictions. We're going to do some videos later on to add some of your predictions in there as well. Thank you so much, 1189 Parish, for that super chat donation as well. So appreciate you. Hippo in the house. Wayne, thanks. Chronicle Kai. Don Machiavelli made it. Jake from State Farm at 3 a.m. Tommy Sweetass Enforcer McCandless. Kel says smile. Teresa Sliders. Steph the Cuervo Queen. Emmy Desiree Bacon. Eric Johnson. Thank you so much. Deja Vu, appreciate you being here. Dave Doherty, DDA Ohio. Whoa, so many people jumping. I'm not going to get everybody tonight. There's no way. Wilson, Bob Joe, Glenda Batista, Chris Salisbury, Walani, Carol Brothers, Payette, Missy Ann, Casey F., Deborah Mooney, Mary Casala. Thank you so much. Denise Hopkins, Debbie Martin, BP4 Gaming, JB. What's up, JB? Good to see you. The Cat Nat. First time streams. Hold on. Couple new people here. McFly made it. Thank you so much. All of you guys that are new, also check us out on the Facebook page, Walking Dead 909 Army. So we've got the Cat Nat is new, Teresa Siders, and McFly made it. Jenna Crockett, thank you for being here as well. Nicobe Irby, good to see you. Terry Jones, thank you. Melinda Kettler. Gene Atkins, Epic Vids 8. Joni Tucker, thanks for being here. Maggie Bonacorda, Northside Queen. John Brody. I'm getting caught up. I think I've only missed a few now. I was like a little quick catch-up session. Scott Kernan, thanks so much. I missed you a little bit earlier. It's Angela. Hey, Angie, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Penny, for your thoughts. Good dialogue, good comments. Thank you so much, Penny. Appreciate that. Thanks so much, Brene. Appreciate you being here. Peace Dove. What is up, Peace Dove? Good to see you. Really good to see you. Chevy V, thanks for being here. Thanks so much, Walani. Appreciate everything you do and also your participation in these streams. Wilson as well. Thanks so much, Wilson. All right, everybody, if I missed you when this video goes live, just leave me a quick line. Also, if you have some Walking Dead thoughts and theories, you can definitely shoot those over to me on Kick at KILZHOT. And once again, I will see you all tomorrow night for a little bit of random things. Peace.